So welcome everyone to Therapeutic Yoga on Wednesdays, and I'd like to acknowledge Human Resources at Capilano for funding this program. I'm very grateful for that. And I'd also like to acknowledge the lands upon which we stand and play and have this great luxury of being able to look after ourselves, take this time. Great gift of wellness. So just feeling those lands that you're on and do your own land acknowledgement. And when you're ready, inhaling, bringing your arms up to your place. If you have any neck and shoulder injuries, please adjust the height of this to comfort. And exhale, let's go through the center. And if you like, visualize a waterfall falling down all the way to your feet. Feel the soles of your feet. Inhale, radiating like the sun, filling up with new energy, trying to brighten your heart. And exhale, letting go of anything that you might be holding on to that's holding you back from feeling that innate joy that's always there like the sun behind the clouds. Inhale, filling up with the radiance of the sun. And exhaling, cleansing away any tension, any pain, any stress, any thoughts. Keep this going your own timing. It doesn't have to be with me. So we all have our breath pattern and each day is different. So I invite you to just do this in your own time. In my class, I invite that difference. Adding the yogic breath, if you like. We're going to start with a long exhale with the mouth open. Make a ha sound. And as you do this, draw the belly in. Just keep this going. I'm just going to let someone else in. You are welcome to come to this class late because we all have crazy schedules and I understand. I try to be on time for my own class, but I know last week I was running a little bit late. Inhaling that radiance and exhaling that waterfall, cleansing you all directions, front, side, back, and then feel your feet at the bottom, feel the earth. And I like to acknowledge the earth many, many times during my practice, and I often do land acknowledgements as I do that. You can start doing that exhale, constricting the throat. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama. And one more time, it sounds like the ocean. And it creates a valve, which allows us to lengthen the breath. Next time, we're going to come up on the toes if this is comfortable. And exhale, coming down, arms, sides. Now I'm going to challenge you a bit. Inhale, arms coming front. You can come up onto the toes or not. You might find it a little harder to balance. And exhale, coming down. You can keep your legs straight or bend them as you exhale, your choice. I'm going to go more classical now with straight legs. Keep this going your own timing. Now, for those of you with arthritis in the hands or tightness in the hands from all that mouse work, stretch your fingers apart as you inhale. And as you exhale, if you like, you can make fists. This is a great modification for any arthritis in the hands or tightness. Inhale, front. Again, you can spread those fingers apart. Get that stretch through the hands. You might notice your dominant hand feels a lot tighter, and exhale, make those fists. You can always bring in that bhavana, that visualization of inhale sun, exhale water throughout the practice. Timing the breath and movement, bring mindfulness into the practice. Last time, inhale front. And exhale. All right, let's move into some side movement. Inhale, arms coming up. You can come on the toes or not. Exhale, come to one side. You can try balancing as long as possible as you come to the side, and then come down on your heels. Now you might want to bring that bottom arm down and get a bit deeper stretch. Inhale, center. I like that variation a lot because I feel like I'm drawing the moon here, 2 half moons, and those 2 half moons of the brain, we're actually stimulating one side at a time through this bilateral movement. The moon represents the mind in the ancient Vedas of India, which is the Aboriginal culture from which this yoga comes. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Nourishing the 2 sides of the body, getting into those intercostal muscles between the rib cage, between the ribs, that is. And exhale, release, center. Let's do some twists side to side. So we're going to keep going in Tadasana. This pose is called Tadasana. You do a whole practice of Tadasana. I promise we won't do that. Inhale. We're going to come up with the arms at the side. You can come up onto the toes if you like. And as you exhale, you're going to twist to your left and bring the heels down. So that left big toe, twisting to the side. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. Now, if you've got neck shoulder issues, you might want to bring the hands down, and you might want to bend the knees if you find it hard to keep your hips facing forward as you do this. So I'm going to show that modification. Inhale, center. So classically, you just leave your arms up and twist. You can even keep up on the toes. That's quite tough. Or let everything go, create more space. So I'm going to show that version. I feel like moving this morning. And when you come down, bring your hands all the way down. And turn your head. So get a nice stretch in your neck and shoulders. Yeah, it's great having the cameras on because I can now see how to cue. So bringing the hands down all the way to your hips as you twist all the way down. Keeping your hips forward and your shoulders back. One more round. There, that's it. Much better. Draw the belly in. Let's focus on upper back, neck, and shoulders. Okay, nice. Inhale, center, and exhale, release through the central channel. We're going to take our legs apart. I realize I don't have my watch on, so I better put this close to me. There we go. All right, inhale. Always dangerous not to have your watch on when you teach. Exhale, let's do a side bend. Inhale, center, exhale, side. Now I have my feet facing forward, which is a fairly unusual way to do this in the West, but this is actually how my teachers in India teach. As the classical triangle, we teach a Trikonasana, standing triangle. And it allows you to isolate the upper from the lower body. So your lower body is quite locked in with your feet facing forward. I don't know if you can feel that. You can't go down as far and you can't cheat. And you have a nice line across your shoulders from one hand to the other. Imagine you're holding a string. There's a line between one hand and the other, or maybe a ball of yarn. For those of you who are knitters, you're holding that nice thread. Okay, now we're going to go to one side. So we're going to turn the feet towards your left, both feet a little bit to the left, and you're going to get your hips into it. So imagine there's a wall behind you, and you're just going to go to your place. So you might go to your hand on the thigh, maybe to the shin, maybe lower, and you keep that alignment. Or if you want to use your core strength, don't hold on to the legs at all. Draw that belly in slightly. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Just keep that going. Inhale, coming up. You want to come up nice and slowly. That's also working your strength a lot. So you're working against gravity. And that's very strengthening, actually, to do that. You might hear my Ujjayi pranayama constricting the throat. Each time going down a little further. We do this 4 to 6 times. The next time we're going to stay, if you're able, or keep it going, or do a forward bend if you've had enough. Okay, if your body says, I've had enough, I'm fatigued, listen to that, because you don't want to go beyond your abilities. You can always hold on to the leg, that's easier. You can put your hand on a chair or a block, that's also easier. Okay, so you can modify, and then coming up. Feet parallel, exhale, arms down. So you're going to feel this right side of the body very activated. Let's even it out the other side. Inhale, arms coming up, shoulder height. Exhale, sliding along that wall behind you. Inhale, center, exhale down. Now do this in your own timing. You know what you're doing now, hopefully. Just do it either with me or in your own timing, respecting your breath pattern. Pausing between inhale and exhale. Can you start and finish each part of the movement with the breath? This is how we bring mindfulness into the practice. So you practice this with a lot of mindfulness. It's as if you're doing a moving meditation. Which is the real focus of classical yoga, is to get us to meditation using the body, the breath, and the mind as our tools. After doing this 4 to 6 times, staying in the pose if that works, or keep going back and forth, or do a forward bend as a counter pose. Again, you can hold on to a block, a chair. You might find one side quite different. So this side for me is very different because of scoliosis. The other side, I'm much more inhibited. So just notice that in your body. That's quite normal. Try to breathe here, finding that line like you're holding a thread between 2 hands. Draw that belly in as you exhale. When you're ready, inhale, coming up. And exhale, release. Let's bring those feet parallel. I'm going to show you forward bend with the chair. And then we're going to do a twist. I'm just going to check my time. All right, I'm going to put this here so I can see it. All right, so inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, forward bend. Bend your knees as needed. Inhale, the arms can be in line with your ears coming up or to your sides. If you have shoulder injuries, which I know some of you do, bring your arms sides as you come up, and then exhale. You can bring them sides or through the center in a namaste position. Now you can go further into your forward bend if you don't have heart problems or back problems.
You can go all the way down, and at the end, you can release the head down if you don't have those heart or eye issues. And inhale, if your lower back can handle it, arms in line with the ears as you come up.
And exhale, forward bend. So pick your medicine. Those arms are weights. They're big levers. And they make your back work a lot more. So modify them if your back is bothering you. Make it work for you. And again, neck, shoulders, you need to lubricate those joints. Create that circle, side and front, that will feel much better. When you feel you've gotten warm enough in this pose, stay in your forward bend, either with your hands on the chair, your hand on the chair, your hands on the back of the chair, or all the way down. If you have blocks, you could use blocks. Your hands could be forward, or gradually bring them back towards the little toe side of your feet. Maybe bring your rib cage forward on your thighs. See if you can come forward a bit more. I'm going to hold my big toes with my peace fingers. You want a little movement, you can inhale. Inhale, arch the back up. And exhale, keep that length as you come forward, contracting from the pelvic floor up to the belly button. Do this in your own timing, either moving or staying. Enjoy the semi-inversion, head lower than the heart. Gradually coming up. Hands on the thighs, inhale, exhale, stay. Inhale all the way up and take that break in between. Just to let the heart rate, blood pressure, and nervous system come back to balance. You might feel a little dizzy after that. Just take a moment. And close your eyes and just rest and feel the breath, the natural breath. You might notice the inhale and the exhale are quite smooth. I'm just going to let someone in. I think, oh, there she is. She just got the wrong time. And we're going to move into some rotated twists. All right. So feet apart, we're creating an equilateral triangle with our body if we can. You don't have to, but it's nice if the width of your legs apart is the same as kind of one of your legs in length. All right. And then we're going to do some twists. We're going to start really easy, side to side, just working with the upper body first. And then for some of you, going into the lower back body. Now, I know some of you, I just saw one of you touch your lower back, reminded me that when you go lower, it's not good for your lower back. So keep high if going lower hurts your lower back. Okay, so inhale, arms to the sides, or you could bring them front. Exhale, twisting to your left. Keep your hips facing forward. Now I'm bending that front elbow and the back arm is straight. And going back as far as feels comfortable, and feel that in your neck and shoulders. Inhale, center. Your arms open up, and I like to bring the shoulder blades together a bit as I do that. And then exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. Engaging that mula bandha, that root lock from the pelvic floor up, going to where you can. Inhale, center. This is very slow and seemingly easy, but effective. Keep it going side to side, your own timing. And just notice the areas where you feel restricted. Is it as you twist, or Is it on the inhale movement? Can you keep your hips facing forward as your torso twists back? Now we're going to take it to another level now. We're going to twist and bring the front hand to the thigh, the back hand to the lower back, palm up or down. And can you align your shoulders? So your back shoulder is up and your front shoulder is down. Yeah, that's better. Thank you. And inhale, untwisting. And exhale, twisting pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, align those shoulders. Draw the belly in as much as you can. That's the detox. Inhale, center. And if this feels too easy, take it down a little further, maybe towards your knee. You might get some cracking. I think I just heard a crack. And if you want to make it harder still, you could add your arms straight. Now, I personally find it easier the lower I go down, because that's my anatomy. And actually, that's fairly common because the lower back is more flexible than the upper back. So you might want to challenge yourself by actually staying higher up on the leg. If you do want to go lower towards the classical pose, Trikonasana, I'm going to now go towards my calf. You can modify by bending the knee and bending that back arm. Try to align those shoulders. You can also modify by bringing your hand in the center. You can use a chair or a block. And that actually brings it more into the upper back. If you're concerned about the lower back, it keeps the lower back straighter. And you can do that with a chair in the center. All right, for those of you who want to go for the whole pose, you inch your way towards that foot. Classically, the outside of the foot, the hips remain straight as you rotate the torso. Inhale, untwist. Exhale from the bottom up. And if you can, you inhale from the top down. That's a little more complicated. If that sounds too complicated, just inhale, expand the belly. This is working with crossing the corpus callosum between the two halves of the brain. This might give a sense of what we call samana in yoga. It means balance. Samana, we're working the samana vayu, it's called, at the belly button. It's like a pendulum going back and forth. And just finishing up. Hopefully you enjoyed that twist. And coming to the center. And just taking a break for a moment. All right, we're getting towards the end. We're going to end with Ukutasana. All right, so inhale, arms at the side. And exhale, you're going to hug a big tree. And sit down, hug that tree, sit down as much as you can. See those roots of the tree. Inhale, see the branches, see the light, see the sun, feel the expansiveness. Exhale, rooting down. Feel the trunk of the tree, the roots, the earth. May your feet and legs be part of that. Inhale. Now you can do this going on the chair if you want. You can go up and down from the chair. That actually might be more challenging or less if you want. You can do this as a break during the day if you feel like, oh my God, I've been sitting too long. Just do a few of these. Surprisingly challenging, isn't it? It's the first time I did it, I was like, what? It's actually pretty challenging. Or you can just do old school without anything. Ukutasana, Ardha Ukutasana. I'm gonna sit way, way down. This balances the hips. Incredibly good for the hips. If you tend to weight in one hip more than the other, this is medicine for the hips. It's also very energetically grounding. If you like downhill skiing, this will prepare you. And just finishing up. And bringing your hands together, Samastiti, even standing. I'm going to chant a Sanskrit chant, which means, may everyone everywhere be happy, be filled with ease and happiness. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. You can just listen and hold that bhavana of, may everyone be happy. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaste. Namaskaram. Connecting with that in you, which is the same as that in me, the same as that in all. And this conscious link between us. We honor it. Thank you.